Hi, so I wanted to make a quick video to kind of follow up on the stuff I was talking about yesterday about the gunas and how they kind of affect us in our daily life and what we might get them confused with. So when it comes to being of a sattwic nature, a lot of people think that you have to be like this ultra spiritual, always be surrounded by healing sounds and all this kind of shit, right? But you are still fixated on being a certain way or having or being of a certain type of resonance. And when you do that, you're actually still remaining in the tamas territory. It's not quite sattwic. So yesterday we talked about cravings, right? And let's even backtrack a little bit to talking about thoughts. Thoughts are desires. It is a part of our conditioning within the human experience to always be having desires. And with those desires come expectations. So if I'm thirsty, I'm going to be drinking some water, right? Because I'm thirsty and I'm going to quench my thirst. That is a desire that I am fulfilling. Now, to be of a sattwic nature, sattva is an awareness of this desire, but to not be attached to the expectation that it provides. So I'm aware that it is a part of my conditioning to be drinking the water and to quenching my thirst. But I'm going to work on having the same reaction as when I am seeking the water to if I can only find a little bit of water or maybe no water at all. I know I'm going to need to fulfill that craving at some point, and so I will, but there is less attachment of it. So when we are living our lives, right, and thinking thoughts and fulfilling our desires, we're treading along a very fine line between what is finding balance and then what is becoming obsessive with a thought or with a way of being. So the true identity of sattva is to not really feel either or, because there is a balance that is occurring within both spectrums. You are literally walking along the middle path. There is no, I have to be this light being that is, of a godlike essence. You already are, right? And the experiences that you have are laid for you because we live in a conditioned state of cause and effect. So as we are dealing with these causes and effects, it is important to become aware and to find balance intellectually, physically, and spiritually. This is how we can gain a sattwic nature. Now let's expand a little bit on that on manifestations, right? I want to manifest a business for myself. Now, I can't just jump into that, right? I have to take steps so then I can become aware of the thoughts and the desires that I have and to balance those out as I work on accomplishing my goal. Not being attached to the expectation doesn't mean that expectations are bad. When we have an expectation, that's a goal that we have to reach, which then motivates us to make movement in that path. But to be sattva about it, I have to be aware, right, and find balance within that that's not the entire path. And that the journey itself is full of things that I am going to be expecting. But I am going to hold back on my reactions, whether they are good or bad, and balance them out. Balance is key when incorporating the gunas, especially sattva, into your natural self. So if you are constantly thinking of the negative, you're in tamas. If you are constantly thinking that you have to be this light being and of the positive, and if something is negative that you have to be away from it, even though maybe it's something that might be good for you, but you're like, oh no, I can't do this, right? That's still tamas. And we know those people. I'm not talking about if you're in an abusive relationship not to leave it. No. I'm saying like, if you're having a bad day and you're like, oh, I'm misaligned. Oh, I must, oh, I have to meditate every single time I feel a pinch of frustration. Negative things are going to happen to you more if you continue to impose a presence of, I must be positive, because you're fixating on a certain polarity here that doesn't really exist. It's okay to feel bad sometimes, but it's also even better to balance that out. So then you have less of a reaction whenever something negative occurs. And when something positive occurs, take it in and accept it. But don't live your life trying to seek that. Just be in balance with it. Accept it as it comes. Accept things as they come. So anyway, this was a short video, and I'm sure it's like kind of all over the place, but these are just things that I've been thinking about since incorporating gunas in my personal life. One thing that I would recommend is writing down fear-based beliefs that you have, and then going to each one with the perspective of opportunity and seeing where that leads you. Because then you are taking something negative and imposing something that is opportunistic and more positive with it. So you're balancing it out. Next time you feel a reaction, analyze it. Take a step back from the observer point of view, from the witness. Observe the feeling, and then go from there. Become less reactive, and you will become more sattwic. Anyway, that was my spiel. I hope this helped, and many blessings on your journeys. Till next time.